What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, The Hype, episode 359. Got a lot to talk about. We got the Guess That Price Makes His Return, Ohtani's cards. We got NT football. We've got probably some Mercury talk. Lots of stuff going on. 5-star comes out this week. 5-star baseball, always a staple. Phoenix basketball. A lot, Chrome Sapphires dropping. There's a lot of stuff going on in the hobby, so we're going to discuss that and more. And we got a special deal for you guys. If you guys want to get into some 5-star breaks at Mojobreak.com, which will be happening this Friday, use code Grand Slam 13 for 13% off. I had to read down. I was like, where's it at? So that gets you 13% off on any baseball break on Mojobreak.com. We're running through more Bowman Chrome, too. So baseball's about headed into the playoffs. The A's are about to move to Sacramento. So it's a great time to get into some baseball breaks. You can also use that same code on MojobreakShop.com if you want to buy a baseball box. So that is Grand Slam 13, 13% off anything in the Mojobreak hemisphere. Guys, how are we doing?
The A's S moving to Sacramento.
Love that. Did anybody get that hat? Did anybody get that hat?
Yeah, anyone watching live? Did you get ass hat? Did you get it? Did you get the ass hat? We need to know.
I want one. I'll pay. I'll pay double. I'll pay double in a 7 and
who doesn't? If you're a fan of baseball, if you're a fan of asses.
If it was live for an hour, that means they had to process some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the secondary market, those are going to be probably what, $200, $300, especially if they only made a handful of them.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
I mean, that is literally a perfect hat if you're in Atlanta and you're going for the lemon pepper chip and chicken wings. That is a perfect hat, right? I mean,
I don't know if you guys caught this, but at the Fanatics Fest when Gary Vee was doing the panel with DJ Ski, and DJ Ski asked him, like, what are some things that because Gary likes to predict some things that he thinks is going to pop off. And he says, he believes that one of those markets is the hat market. So getting the A's ass hat might be a centerpiece.
It's finally my time to shine.
It might be one you put right in the middle.
Do you know how many? The one thing my wife will attest to this that gets under her skin more than anything is the amount of hats I have. And
you probably leave them everywhere.
Mine too.
Yeah, I've gotten better. But definitely, there used to be a time where it's like hat here, hat up at the top of the closet. Like, pick a place. And I'm like, I can't. They don't fit.
I have a hat storage.
Yeah.
I have a,
That's what's good. But now, who's laughing now?
Hey, let me ask you guys a real hat question. How often do you guys wash your hats?
Never. Wait, who washes their hats?
Basically never.
It's
because
ruined.
what happened, exactly, it gets all shrunken. It doesn't look good. Like, if you want it to keep that form.
Just put it in the washer?
There used to be a method, and
I don't wear hats.
There used to be a method where you could put it in your dishwasher with it formed it, but that still would ruin it too.
In your dishwasher?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Along with the pots and pans and the forks and the knives. And
if anything, I might use like a little soap and water on a paper towel. I think that's what I'll do. If I notice like, okay, it's getting a little wear and tear, just a little soap, just a little dish soap, paper towel, water.
Would you? So if the hat market is starting to, go through the roof, like Gary Vee said, anybody buying used hats?
Yeah,
vintage.
Okay. Isn't that? I feel like I've talked about this before. Isn't that disgusting?
That's why I asked about washing hats, because you gotta to keep it clean, you gotta have to wash it.
But what if you you buy a used hat and it's obviously not washed? Do you wear it?
I'm gonna give that a little scrub before I wear it. Definitely, even if just a little disinfectant wipe or something.
No, I think you're buying it for the collectability.
Equivalent, and I think I made that. So that is buying a used harmonica.
Again, a little soap in there, wash it out, rinse it.
No, it's wood reeds. You cannot do that.
That's fair.
And
then that's why you get a metal harmonica.
That makes it even worse is that like. You breathe in and you suck in as well.
It's all
so you're
coming
just
in and out, baby.
Old saliva. Just
that's why you
got to
get a metal. You got to get a metal harmonica, all metal. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. I mean, the hat game. I mean, I don't like to keep the tags on my hats either, to show how big my head is. So I take the little sticker right off the hat here. And I don't know if that devalues it. I don't know if later down the line they're like, well, it doesn't have the New Era sticker on the top. So
Oh man,
You know what sucks? The sun sticker.
yeah, if you don't
know
take it
what I
off right away.
It looks
I've actually
stupid.
bought some hats that have a permanent sticker.
Yeah, I hate
even
that.
if I haven't wore it before.
I hate that.
I'm 100 years old because I take the sticker off right away.
Well, so do I.
And I bend it.
I don't know about the bend.
I get a nice little bend in that in the hat.
I won't go. I'll give it like a solid bend. Not too much.
So-
I used to bend
so
it too much. Now I don't bend it.
Did you used to buy?
I mean,
hat?
are you going out there like Dan Runzler?
No,
No.
not like that.
You
And I'm
talking
not
about you
going
used
out
to
there
wear
like
hats
Noah
when
Lowry
you were a kid, right?
Yeah, like in Little League.
So the kid version of you would love it because nowadays they actually make hats that have that shape already. It comes like shaped,
Yeah.
like how you would bend it.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah,
why
it's
you
the
wear a
dad
hat?
hats, the snapback
Isn't that why you wear a hat to keep the sun out of your eyes?
What do you call it? A-frame, dad cap?
A-frame.
Yeah, A-frame
And,
is
it,
the
and
one.
if you
that's what it
listeners
is.
I've got a
don't,
few
if
A-frame
you guys don't know the context, we're talking about the A's hat that got released and immediately pulled from the shelf. It was the A's with a shadow box behind it, so it looked like it spelled ASS. It was absolutely fantastic.
Truly, no more fitting end
Great design.
to the John Fisher era.
Yeah.
in Oakland.
Might have been planned.
Than the ass has. Truly describes him as well. So it just kind of goes
John
hand in
Fisher
hand.
also told the players to leave the stadium immediately following the last game.
Yes.
He's like, I don't want anybody on the field. I don't want anything. I just want you to basically go to your locker, get your stuff, and get out of here.
Yeah, I got a feeling some players are not going to.
He is a bad dude.
He's
He's
a
a
dude.
bad dude.
I hope that guy that designed the hat gets a raise.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Feels
Yeah.
a little. Anyway.
Can we talk football?
Yeah, well, I was going to, we can.
We're gonna skip it this week, actually.
Hold up. Oh, I'm Ronnie Bell.
I think we're gonna skip it this week. Actually, nothing really big happened. Nothing notable. There's
The
no,
big thing that did happen was the fact that I predicted the Panthers to beat the Raiders twice on the show last week.
that did happen.
So that's the only little badge of honor that I have coming into this week is that. But on the topic of football, National Treasures releases this Friday, guys. And, we've seen some early images of the FOTL. Looks like cases are retailing around 8,000 to 9,000 currently. And I'm interested to see this year with the lack of, C.J. Stroud will be in there, but we don't think he's going to have autographs, even though there might be some checklist stuff here. Does this, without Puka playing, with Richardson he's got the job. I think he's the most secure out of the autograph subjects right now. Levis is, he might be working at Raising Cane's too. I don't know. Young's obviously. Andy Dalton is great and showed you how bad Bryce Young is. So with that going into this 2023, and Stroud losing last week, which may be just a hiccup, how much hype is going to be around National Treasures football? It is the RPA you want. It does have big autos. It does have shields. What do we think about this year's National Treasures football?
I don't love the RPA design out of the gate. I feel like it's a little busy. I like it to be a little bit more plain, a little bit more like white background. Like to have the patch like pop a little bit, have a big enough window. So far out of the gate, and in person I might love it, but right now the mock-ups, I don't love it. And besides that, the checklist is a little confusing. Everybody has been talking about it. There's the rookie patch autos. It says there's Will Levis.
Not on the base. I'm looking at it right now. Not on the base. So that's the rookie patch autograph. Rookie patch autograph black is numbered to 5, correct?
I think so.
That doesn't have him either.
Okay, so
Somebody lied to you on the interwebs, Dan.
didn't you just look it up and?
Someone lied on the internet? No.
Green jersey number.
Okay, well, beware.
What if we download the checklist here and then you just search his name?
Download Stroud. Yeah, that might be easier than just dead air on the podcast, right?
No, but I could talk about I could talk about some of the positives. National Treasures obviously is always one of the biggest releases. We've been talking about for a year and a half now. What is it going to look like without some of these big guys? We kind of had an idea because we had the.
Well, we said Contenders was going to be tough.
The Contenders was going to be tough.
And what was Contenders? It was kind of.
It's a
tough.
good value right now.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah.
So, NT. I was looking a couple weeks ago. It was like online retailers were pre-selling cases for like 13 grand.
Yeah.
It has already come down dramatically. Now, did they get their allocation numbers and they're like, all right, like let's the pre-sale orders are not coming in hot, so let's lower it a little bit.
I think so. I think
Hopefully
so.
nobody locked in at 13K and now it's down to what, 8?
9K, yeah.
9K.
So I mean, it's always gonna have the vet content that you're looking for. They should have all the big name vets in there. You know, some of the rookies that you can be hopeful for and are playing well and played well their rookie season, playing well this year. Some of them haven't got on the field yet. Like guys like Jordan Addison, you could kind of speculate because the Vikings are doing so well that he's going to fit right into that offense and help them out.
Best team in the NFC.
Jahmyr Gibbs on the Lions is a big rookie to chase too.
So he does have just to circle back around on Stroud. I'm diving through the checklist. These guys do have colossal material NFL shields, so there will be a shield of Stroud and Levis.
Huge chase.
And there will be the base cards.
And patches.
And the base cards are going to hold a premium. We always talk about Ben Simmons 16-17. Remember what his base cards were going for?
Yeah.
What's a framed fabric?
Framed fabric. I think it's just a patch.
Okay, because he's in that one too. Laundry tag. Yeah, I don't see an auto yet, but maybe there is a subset where he is.
From what I'm looking at too, I do not. I'm looking at the true RPAs right now, and no, not seeing any CJ Stroud, any Will Levis.
Are you telling me
Are you telling me the internet lied?
that the Fanatics exclusive athletes
They're
have
not in there.
autographs in a Panini
They're
product?
not in there.
There's a dual shield. Oh, that's a tag shield of Stroud and Levis. He's on 119 different checklists. Now that could be base, gold, red, all in that same subset. But he's
in there.
He's a lot more prevalent than Panini One. I'll tell you that much. Which
he only had a rare insert. That's it.
Yep.
What if you type Stroud autograph?
NFL Shield. Oh, he's also in an NFL Shield subset. So he has a colossal and he has a regular shield as well. So
Sweet. So he has 2 shields to chase.
he has 2 shields to chase. Yeah, I think
Which is like that's pretty normal. Like you expect guys to have multiple shields in these high end products, even when they are signing. So it looks like AR, Puka, Jahmyr Gibbs, Addison, the main autograph signers that you're probably looking for.
Maybe Quentin Johnson.
Quinn Johnson. You know what's good about the Lions too? Like I've been saying this about the Lions all year, literally.
Hooker.
They have 3 rookies to go after.
Hendon Hooker.
Sam Laporta, Hendon Hooker, and Jahmyr
Samuel.
Gibbs.
Okay.
So
I mean, it's not as bad as some years. Dell in the chat, shout out to Dell, has a question. Has big products like NT and Flawless for football lost its luster this year? He says he would rather rip Prism. I think that's a pretty fair assessment when you're dealing with base or when you're dealing with autograph-based products and you can't hit the best guy in the product as an autograph. People turn to the Prisms. People turn to the optics because then they have, even though there was autographs in those sets, these, you could still hit valuable Stroud cards.
Also that also affects more the products that are only autographs, like a Contenders. Whereas
or a one,
NT, you have other things to chase besides. Obviously, you want the rookie patch auto 100%. That's what the NT is all about. But there is other things that you can go after compared to a Contenders, where like literally it's an autograph or bust. There's no NFL shields in Contenders. There's no inserts you want. There's no base you want. You know what I mean? It's literally just the autograph. So that Contender, it affects something like Contenders a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, and you might be able to buy like Puka Low. I mean, he's going to probably come back this year at some point, right? So you're going to, if you're buying his singles,
he will come back.
He'll come back, and so you have some opportunities to speculate on some of these guys that are in this set and chase those guys as well. And let's face it, it's a group breaking product for the most part. So getting into breaks is the best way to digest it. We'll have plenty at Mojobreak.com. Also, Fanatics Live will have some as well. So and it has reflected the price. So if you go back to 2021, I believe we were looking at like $15,000, $16,000 a case, $17,000, $18,000, $19,000 a case.
Yep.
Now we're looking at a retail of around $8,000 to $10,000 a case. So the market has corrected itself in that regard.
Yeah, I don't. T-Law, man. T-Law.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time a box of NT was in the $200 to $2,500 range.
Yeah.
And we'll looks like we're going to talk a little bit about week 3 coming up here.
Oh, we'll get into
Well,
T-Law. We'll get into T-Law.
Looked a little lost on
Also
Monday.
new this week we have what is that dual auto? Oh, that's 5-star.
Five-star.
That threw me off because I haven't seen it.
5-star has some nice new designs this year.
It
Yeah.
almost looked like Sterling there.
On cue with Fanatics, always trying to like inject new life into these products that we've been used to for years and years. They have some very, very interesting, beautiful looking designs this year.
Never forget bat knobs and bat plates and all that good stuff coming out of there. So you're in line. Thanks for hanging tight.
A lot of visitors at Tops.com right now. Are we dropping something? Did Mercury drop right
It's
now?
like it's like that when like people were trying to get the 50-50 Ohtani. I heard it was crashing.
It was crazy. That now wasn't it just a couple weeks ago we said new record for Tops now? With the Steph, LeBron, KD, 500 some odd thousand.
I'm kind of sad that I missed out on this Ohtani one. I
623K.
I know. Thinking about it now, I'm like, it's a pretty significant
Why?
moment in baseball.
Why?
It's a
history.
huge
Why-
moment.
Why are you sad? You can get one.
No, I mean like I wanted to gamble.
To get that shot.
I wanted to
I get you.
gamble.
There's 600,000 of
No,
them.
no, I
They'll be
wanted to-
readily
I
available
wanted
for
to,
you.
I wanted to gamble for the 101.
Can I get my? I just got my 40/40s in. Can I be like item not described, send them back?
Yeah, can we
'Cause
exchange
it's
it?
like
What
nobody's
if
gonna
he-
remember that moment.
There should be an exchange program.
We talked
Trade
about
in your
60-60.
40/40s for
We're
your
going to talk about the
50-50s.
ball.
We will.
Hopefully the person who had the 40/40 ball sold it
I
and
sure
didn't
hope
hold
so.
on to it.
I sure
'cause
hope so.
It's not going to.
No.
I'm looking at the 5-star checklist. They have rookie cap patch autograph side logo, which would mean the new era. I'm assuming.
Gotta be what
It's the
it
ass
is.
logo.
And correct me if
Asshat.
I'm wrong, because I was pricing out these teams, like looking at the checklist. I think Skeens finally has a rookie auto in this stuff, so that's huge.
Check.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ski. I know
that's
he's on the
huge.
checklist because I put together that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Rookie.
I'm not seeing auto.
I don't think it's a true rookie auto. It might be like an insert auto, but it's still his
Nope,
rookie
5-star
season,
base
so-
autograph.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean
Sweet.
probably no patch auto, but he's in there as a set. So that's a good chase for the Pirates. I'm interested in the cut signatures as well to see what we have. Like Babe Ruth or whatever. I'm assuming that there's a Babe Ruth this year.
How about some bat knobs from American League pitchers?
Yeah.
Yep, there is a Babe Ruth. You can always count on that.
Yeah, rookie cap patch, rookie
Baby.
cap patch side. That's interesting.
Cool Papa Bell. It's like the usual suspects for the
Yeah.
for the cut auto checklist here. It looks like they're all affiliated with major league teams.
When's the last time Sadaharu O had an auto? He is in here.
He's had some. I know he was.
I haven't
in a,
seen
he-
him recently.
He was in
Not as a cut signature though.
He was in a. Was he in Transcendent as a cut?
Yeah. Well, this
Oh.
is not a cut. This is a traditional on-card auto. One card of Sadaharu O.
Oh, give us the celebrity cuts. I know.
Well, I saw the first name I thought said Bill Cosby.
I
but
actually saw
boy,
it.
that would
it's
be-
Bing Crosby. So same amount of letters, but not the guy. Good thing. Bobby Knight, Bill Russell, James Monroe, Lucille Ball, Mark Twain, and William McKinley are your celebrity cut signatures this year. So
Got some presidents in there.
Yeah,
Got some notables.
some Lucille Ball action.
Yeah. Lucy herself.
Hopefully it's the full signature this time and not the short cut because people have been complaining about the 5-star signatures because they get the signatures too big for the card and they have to kind of like chop a little bit of it off, right? So
5-star always fun. Our biggest hit from the baseball break back in July
yeah,
came right out of
That
5-star.
Ohtani?
That Ohtani.
That was
massive.
amazing.
Yeah.
that was amazing. So yeah, definitely looking forward to getting some 5-star. We also have Phoenix basketball. What's your thoughts about bringing a football-based product into basketball?
late.
Late?
Yeah, no, because it's like, isn't Phoenix usually like relatively early in the football season?
Okay. If I'm remembering correctly,
It's like right.
it would come out. Okay, so the football season starts, right? We would get Spectra in September usually. Right? It'd be like kind of an earlier product, and then we would get Phoenix in like October, November.
Yeah.
So I think we got Phoenix like literally
Were
March
we,
this year.
Were we begging? Were we begging for Phoenix basketball?
Okay.
Not all products cross over. Not all products
Yeah,
cross
but when
over.
you have Wembanyama and you're sitting there trying to figure out how many products you can make,
That's what it is.
you're like, we already got the logos, we got the background, you just got to Photoshop Wembanyama and put
I
Steph
might be the only one. But for years, if you watch me break Chronicles basketball for years and years now, the last 4 or 5 years, you hear me say one thing every single time I'm breaking Chronicles. Man, I wish they would make Phoenix by itself basketball. The only design out of Chronicles that I keep saying that year to year.
The only design and the only person. Now what I say when I'm ripping Chronicles, I'm like the Prism Black. I mean,
Well,
what
I mean,
point?
yeah, that's-
what point,
that's the obvious
But what
one, though.
point are they
Yeah,
going to
that's
make
obvious.
the Prism Black? Like, make the Prism Black.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be the year to do it.
We already
I mean,
got Prism Deca, though.
That's true. We
I
already
was going to
have the
say,
Deca.
that's what they did instead.
But Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Rise
Okay.
I mean, I will say that I do like it as an alternative, like a poor man's optic. It goes, Prism, optic, Donra, optic, Prism, and then you got Phoenix, which is like it's like the stepbrother. It's like it's a little bit lower of a price point, gives you that same shine and the numbering,
And you actually get more parallels in Phoenix than the big brothers of Prism and Optic.
yeah. So
You get
it's-
more numbered parallels.
It's the Walmart version of.
Oh, man. Nah.
Okay, it's like the Safeway Select Craft singles. Like it's like the.
As
It's
opposed
the
to
one.
the name
It's the
brand,
ones
yeah.
that are mostly oil and water, as
Hey, no,
opposed
let's
to
not-
90% milk.
Let's not go disparaging the good name of Safeway Select now, okay?
Safeway
It's
Select's pretty good.
Solid store brand right there. It's no Kirkland, but it's a solid store brand.
Yeah.
What's the lucky one? Like Safeway.
Sam's Club, I think.
Is it Sam's Club?
I think it's weird. Yeah.
It's changed over the years.
It's like it used to be Sam's Club, which is itself part of Walmart. So I don't know. It's all confusing.
yeah.
No,
I think
Safeway
when I was
Select.
a kid, it had a different name, but I can't remember what
Yeah.
it was because I remember we would get the soda. Would be
well,
the
I know
Lucky brand soda.
Albertsons was lucky at one point.
Sure.
Yeah.
They've like kind of flip flop back and forth.
Yeah, they
I'll-
like to change a lot.
Dude, I will suggest everybody too. This is so funny because I look at these checklists every week, right? And when I'm pricing stuff out, go look at Phoenix's checklist. It probably has one of the best autograph checklists out of any of the products in the last 6 months.
Really? Why?
It has like everybody, all the big name vets you could want, like
Luka?
like- yeah,
Dirk?
everybody's on there. Like teams that normally would only have a couple guys on their autograph checklist and like some names that you wouldn't really care about. They really tried to make this checklist great.
What's the format this year?
It's a
not this year,
16 box
first time.
case. 16 box case. So
How many
two
autographs?
two autographs per box.
Any relics?
And I think you get 10 parallel. I don't know. I don't think there's any relics left.
Because football would be 2 autos, 1 relic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually 1 patch relic.
Yeah. And usually, in basketball they give you less hits. So
And then obviously Wembanyama is going to be in all the sets and inserts. What's the big insert chase? Is it in Fuego?
Phoenician, in Fuego, and then I forget what the third one is. But I know Phoenician is one of the main ones.
It's a good casino too in Vegas.
It's a beautiful design too. I'm telling you guys.
Well, you heard it here first.
It's an underrated
It's the product of the year.
It might be, dude. It might be.
You can get your spots at Mojobreak.com.
Based off just the checklist, like
You're not wrong. There are a lot of really solid. Like
That's what I'm
it is
telling you,
pretty
dude.
wide ranging from Hall of Famers. Like you've got.
the checklists are huge for each team, dude.
Is
It's like
Fat- is
there's
Fat-
way
is
more
Fat
autos than
Lever
you
in
think.
there?
I mean, it
Is
wouldn't
Fat
be a
Lever?
product without
Is-
Fat Lever.
Is Robert Parrish in there?
I mean, the calligraphy checklist alone, auto checklist, you've got Ewing, Cunningham, Kareem, KG, Paolo. The list goes on. Mello, Charles Barkley, Steph, Luka, Trey, Anthony Davis. So, yeah, it's pretty solid.
Okay, you selected a lot of guys there. Give me one that's not good.
Well, that's the calligraphy one is all.
The calligraphy is all big names.
Yeah,
Let's
who's
be-
the worst of the
let's
calligraphy?
be-
Calligraphy is all
be-
the big names.
let's be
Maybe Alprin
transparent here.
Sengun might be the worst
Oh.
of the calligraphy, but even he's kind of like coming up in anyway. But yeah, but I mean, if you're going base, then yeah, there's there's gonna be some stinkers, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
But
Can't-
that's
can't
what
all
I
win.
think of all those. I mean, that's very solid. Yeah,
All right, I love it.
yeah, we love it. We're in.
I'm a buyer. You sold me.
So and then Caitlin Clark wins, unanimous WNBA MVP.
Unanimous.
And her Panini Instant Draft 101 auto sales set single card record of 84,000 For that card's ugly too. I'm sorry, but that card's ugly.
I had the same thought. I'm like, that's gonna get beat because that's not a great. That card's.
Well, we're gonna have some WNBA product coming out because I just did a solicitation for Select.
Select.
WNBA debut edition.
Hey,
coming this
Panini,
year.
get that money.
Well, you got. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about it yesterday with Jazz. He's like, "Oh, they make WNBA cards." I'm like, "Yeah, they." He goes, "Yeah, I've seen the Prism," and I'm like, "Yeah, they usually only have like 3 sets, which is Prism, Revolution, and."
And they just had Revolution one time.
Yeah.
1 year.
Right, and what was the other one? Prism, Revolution.
Origins
and
has
Optic,
been a
right? Or
mainstay.
Origins.
Yeah, and Origins is going to be the first one. This
But I
year,
guarantee
think.
you, this year there'll be at least 10.
Probably
There'll be at
Phoenix.
least 10 sets.
Yeah,
Probably Phoenix.
Phoenix.
you might get Phoenix WNBA. Who knows?
I would love Phoenix WNBA, just like I love just like I love WNBA Revolution, and nobody else did because obviously they're like $20 a box.
So this is going to be so crazy, right? Just on the fly here. So let's just say in we're throwing out numbers that a WNBA Prism case is $10,000, which it may or may not be. The Indiana Fever are going to be $9,000, right?
Yes,
It's like
100%.
like 90%. Like
it's a 9,000 for the Fever and 1,000 for the
Chicago.
Vegas Aces.
Dude,
Oh, I was going to say Chicago with Angel Reese.
be realist. 8,700. Then you have 300 for the other team split up, and then 1,000.
You
for-
guys, you're discrediting Cameron Brink. I know she didn't play, but she is going to be easily the third,
What do you
even
mean
though she didn't play.
What do you mean she didn't play?
She didn't. She got hurt this year.
She might be second,
didn't-
actually.
You think so?
I really doubt Angel Reese's collectability.
It's-
I don't
it's
doubt her
center.
as a player,
Yeah.
but her collectability.
Centers
Are
don't.
people paying a lot for her cards?
and is Brink a center too?
Right.
Because she's 6'3".
Forward, I believe.
Forward. Okay.
Yeah.
What team is the Brink on?
She's on Sparks.
Yeah,
Sparks,
Los
LA
Angeles.
Sparks.
Yeah.
That too. She's on LA.
And she is mentored by Steph, correct?
Her and Steph, were like, she grew up as like kind of Steph took her under her wing, and like they became like, there's all those pictures of like her as a little kid going to basketball academies when like Steph was a rookie, and then all the way to like now, where now they still keep in touch.
Well,
so
she's probably like taller than him now.
she is.
I think they're about the same size.
Yeah. I think she might be just well, then again, who knows?
Probably like an
But
inch
she's
taller.
she's listed as 6'3".
Yeah.
But who knows? But yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be wild when we start getting into some WNBA
Gonna be
Prism
big.
prices. I mean, what
We like. I
will
don't
she approach Wemby prices? I mean, will she? I don't think she'll beat Wemby prices, but
She won't be Bobby Price.
but she'll
No.
beat Ionescu, no doubt.
She is already. If you look up the data, she is like top 5, top 3 of what the cards that get graded or the cards that get bought and sold. You know what I mean? Of the most expensive like rookie cards this
general.
past
Has
year.
any NBA rookie ever won the MVP?
Oh, I don't know the answer
No.
to that question.
I don't think so, right?
That is a no.
I mean, LeBron, no, not no
Nope.
3 or 4.
Oh, two players have done it.
What, Mashed Potato
What,
Johnson
from the 50s?
Yeah.
Mashed Potato Johnson.
I'm gonna Bob Cousy.
One should be kind of obvious of like, well, if it's probably this guy because he's the answer to every NBA.
Will Chamberlain.
Will Chamberlain is one. Wes Unseld is the other.
Bullets.
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
yeah, it was Bullets back
Yep.
then. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna say she would be the first basketball
Unsouthern
player
went
to
like
do it, but
82.
no.
So literally 59-60, 68-69. It
Now-
has not happened since the 1969
Now the
season.
Fever are in the playoffs, right?
They're in the playoffs. As of this recording, they are because it's best of 3 in round 1. I
What?
believe. Yeah, I never like best
What?
of 3.
No, dude. We need to get rid of that.
Best of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Need to get rid
Stinks.
of that right now.
They are expanding next year. I would imagine part of the expansion is every first 2
There's
rounds.
2 new teams next year, right?
Here in the Bay Area. Are they going to be Golden State Valkyries?
Yes.
Okay, Golden State. Portland, I think, just got approved.
So how many teams are there now, and how many teams make the
So
playoffs?
that would be. I think it's 8 teams make the playoffs.
4 for beach.
Yeah, but they do like a
8
weird.
teams in the play. Isn't
they
there only
just
8
do-
teams in the WNBA right now?
No,
or
no,
is
no.
it 10?
There's. I'm looking this up on the fly. I should know this.
10
off the top.
teams and 8
12
of them.
teams.
And 8 of them make the playoffs?
8 of them make the playoffs.
Wow.
12 teams, 8 make the playoffs.
Why are
Just
we
let them
what?
all in, dude.
So it's top
You
8.
either let
Just
you
let them
either,
all in.
you either let them all in or
Right.
you just don't have a regular season.
And they don't do it. They just go straight up by record. So the number 1 team in all of the WNBA
So
plays
next
the
year
number
it's going
8
to be
team.
14.
But yes, it'll be 14 teams.
I think when they get to 16, then 8 teams getting in makes sense.
Yes.
When they get to at least 16.
So you got half the league.
You
So I don't think they probably. I
better
mean,
make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, because technically, is it 22 NBA teams or is it 20 with the play-in? Is it the 11th
oh
seed?
gosh, yeah. How many make it now in the NBA?
Is it 10 or is it 11?
No, it's it's 10.
Yeah, because no,
it's
10.
20
11
teams.
It's 10,
Yeah.
and then
20 teams make it.
8,
Just
9.
Crazy.
Oh, no, because the top 6
8,
make
9.
it. The top 6 make it no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7,
And then
8,
7,
9, 10.
8, 9, 10 have to play each other to get the last 2.
Yeah. 20 teams out of 30 make it in the
In the
NBA.
7th seed. That's
I mean,
better.
that's still better than
It's better than
It's-
12 and 8. I will give you that.
Just the 4.
Yeah.
The 4
I-
sorry teams that
I'll
didn't make the
just-
playoffs.
I'll just say in
that you're,
general.
now that you brought the prices of like boxes of like what the Fever would cost, I'm imagining like we're mainly just going to be doing random because
I
it's
don't-
like everybody has a chance at
I
getting
don't
the
think
Fever
it's
for
gonna
the
be, I
same
don't think it's
price.
going to be a $10,000
or a
case.
color
No,
break.
I don't think it's gonna be 10, but like 90% of the cost is built into the Fever because of Caitlin Clark, of whatever the product costs.
We've never had a product in all of our years of breaking
Of
that have
any
been-
sport.
of any sport that have been this heavily weighed.
towards one team, one
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
So I think random teams, no matter what the price is going to be the probably most
Or
fair
pick your
way.
color for Prism,
Or pick your color, yeah. Pick your parallel.
because
Yeah.
then you have a chance.
Then everybody can get a chance at a different color, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way the way it's going to have to be.
Yeah. Because nobody's going to want to pay 90% of the cost of whatever the product is. And then, I mean, I'm sure people want to pick up teams for $20 or 15 or
Yeah, I mean,
All right, actually, no. I'm not even going to say that because I've been through Revolution WNBA, and there was people not buying teams for $5. So I'm not even going to go through the whole thing.
that's $5 free shipping
Well, and we had
internationally.
The inaugural year was hot because Inoscu, and then the first cards of literally everybody, right? So
Yeah.
that one was.
First year Prism was
Then
hot,
we haven't
yeah.
had any hype until now. So
Select could kind of get that going because I believe there are. Yeah, it's gonna be like first color blasts of every WNBA player. From
So
what
they're
I was
putting
looking
the
at
color
today.
blast in
They're
Select.
putting black color blast in Select. From what I saw.
Sweet. So then the white color blast will still remain with Prism.
Yep.
Sweet.
So you're gonna get first color blast selects black color blast. of
color
every
blast of
WNBA
Caitlin?
player. Yeah.
But you know what the negative news to that is? I mean, there's no WNBA Obsidian.
Oh, yeah. Thank God.
Not yet.
Oh well.
Not yet.
Sorry, everybody.
Well, there's got to be. They're going to have to make Optic then with downtowns, right? You're going
Yes.
to have to have. You're going to have Caitlin
And then you're
downtowns.
going to have to, like you were joking, but you're going to have Phoenix. WNBA.
No, and you know what they'll probably do?
Are we gonna have like NT or Immaculate?
That'll
or
be
Flawless?
Chronicles probably.
Yep.
I kind of like Dan's idea that they should have inserted Caitlin into high-end NBA products as like a chase insert.
That would have been a
Instead
good
of
idea.
a standalone, because like again, who is gonna pay? Say NT comes out and say it's even like $4,000 for the case. It's like
No.
$3,500 for the Fever.
Oh, they should have put her in this year's National Treasures.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the Wembanyama year coming out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Well, let's.
It's not too late.
I guess Sotheby's
You
had
still got time,
a Fanatics Collect debut, Holy Grail's red carpet auction event. There was the Ohtani Superfractor. That's the Topps Chrome. What did that go for?
I think we got invited. but
It
we
went
didn't go.
for
we
right. No, did you see? I mean, it was like a who's who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why-
That sold
that's why
for
I joked about it.
right.
We didn't
Sapphire.
Get the invite.
Sapphire
No,
version.
it just it got lost in the mail. We
Yeah.
get it. It's fine. $336,000. Original estimates were 80 to 120,000
And Robert Kraft bought a Tom Brady
for 120K rookie. Yeah.
Was it a Contenders?
Yep.
Yeah.
It had
That's
to
from
be, right?
Sapphire, right? Because I thought the regular Chrome was him like more like a different
Sapphire.
photo.
So yeah, that's not,
Sapphire.
I mean,
Sapphire Auto.
that's the other. What about would the regular Topps Chrome Superfractor auto sell for more than that? then?
Yes.
It should.
Yes.
Crazy.
It should. That card, by the way, owned by DJ Ski.
The Superfractor.
That Superfractor owned by him. He bought that for $60K, sold it.
Good flip.
Quite a flip.
Remember,
Ski.
Quite a flip.
and now
Remember, friend of the show.
he picked the wrong team. So
he is the
Ski.
greatest in stadium DJ ever to do it.
yeah, I guess he's
Hell
doing
yeah.
the Rams now.
Oh, not the Vikings.
I don't know what
The
happened.
Vikings are
I mean,
3-0. What
Maybe
the
he was
heck?
maybe he was the problem.
Remember all the Otanis we had?
Don't remind me. I'm trying to forget.
Somebody sold the Atomic, and we We had plural. We had more than one.
I looked
I
up
think
the
I know
atomic.
the one.
I looked up this atomic with customers the other
somebody
day.
somebody sold
I wanna know.
it. Somebody sold it for it was like 30 grand.
It's up on the screen right now. There was a atomic rookie auto PSA 10 sold for $46,227.
We're good.
We're good.
I think we got 15,000 for it though.
And I want to know what the remember what we got out of the Transcendent, the WBC one,
Hey, correct me
the
if I'm
WBC auto. Wasn't that out of Transcendent?
Yeah, number to 17.
Yeah, that is probably
A 6-figure card.
yeah, that is so much money.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but
And then the kanji autos that we had,
oh yeah, the kanji autos
Yeah.
are
those
sick.
are worth so much money.
Yeah.
You can't even put a price tag.
Hey,
you
but
know,
we have a Dynasty one now. RPA.
you know what? You know what I love? You know, wouldn't have changed a thing. We just, yeah.
If Gary V was in this room right now, he would say, you take that on the chin, and that's a lesson in life.
So-
and you
we
turn it
took-
into a positive.
We took so many on the chin. we took so many.
If it makes you feel any better, so did a hell of a lot of people. I mean,
many. But
after
I will say-
2020, he was done. People were out.
But you could go back
The two-
through.
the two-
I remember.
the
Go
two
back
surgeries,
to
right?
there was one dude who's in this room
yes.
Yep.
who basically was like, Ohtani is
The future.
the future,
Yes.
the guy.
You were right.
I don't care if he's had 17 Tommy John surgeries.
Dude, correct me wrong. Back in 2017 when we were opening up Bowman for the first time that year, and then wasn't there like the first sale of the Atomic went for like $5K? We were like, there's just no way that went for $5K.
no, it went
No,
for like
it went for like-
80K.
yeah, it
it was
went for
like
like
a sale,
80K.
yeah.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
actually
And it was
at
it was
a,
actually
Texas
around
event.
5K
Yeah.
though. It was the price. The card was around 5K.
yeah,
at
and
the
we were
time.
like, well, 5K is insane.
See, but I made it back up. I bought this card for $7 grand. We have it still.
nice. I like it.
So I mean,
That is
the dynasty. The dynasty.
that is
rookie
a
patch
key-
on
that
it.
is a key
it's
RPA.
funny.
That's
It's
a
funny
key
because
RPA.
for years the WBC auto that was numbered to 17 that we had.
It was the Mojo 17
was
bone.
sick.
You had
was
that
sick.
on eBay for $150,000 or best offer. If we had that on eBay right now, somebody would just
Snap
bought
sold.
it would buy it now.
A lot of people have 150 grand. Dan.
Yeah, they're just
For
See,
Ohtani,
but you like to walk around and say that I knew about Ohtani, but you also bought at the same time you were buying Josh Ockamy,
Dennis Smith Jr.
and Ryan Mountcastle.
Ryan Mountcastle's a great pro. Yeah, good pro.
Good pro.
Good borderline great pro.
Still in the league.
Good pro.
Still in the league.
Good pro.
on a team that wins baseball games.
But
that's the thing though. Like if you're picking a bunch of guys like you guys are to collect, right? You almost like when Shohei gets to the level that he's at, he's a blue chip now. He's the biggest star, probably the GOAT of baseball. Then it all makes up for all those guys that you didn't win on, right?
Well, and honestly, like I think the market got more fluid because I mean you look at like Zion, like people held on to Zion, right? They're like. But Shohei, I think it was a lot of buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling because it was up and down. He was injured. Now his arm, he's going to have to go get transplant surgery, and he's not going to be able to pitch again. So he's not going to be able to pitch again. Okay, now he's back and he's doing fairly well. So, I missed out on selling at $100,000, but maybe now I can sell at $50,000. I'm going to sell because he's doing good for now, but who knows how long it's going to last.
Yeah.
I mean, fast forward to today, obviously. Yeah.
There's no question. There's no question.
Well,
he's
There's no
cemented.
question who he is in the hobby. Yeah.
he may be the greatest player ever to do it.
yeah.
Now, here's the other thing. Because he is so dynamic hitting the ball. If you're the Dodgers, and granted, none of us are Dodger fans except for CRad, so CRad might care about it. You don't have him pitch. He is not a good enough pitcher to jeopardize what he does at the plate. You don't do it.
This
You
is
don't-
literally case in point of like he didn't have to worry about pitching this year, and he literally had, you could make an argument, the greatest offensive season any player has ever had. Maybe this side of 01 to 04 Barry Bonds.
But what is he at his peak pitching performance? Is he a number 3 starter on a good rotation?
Oh, no. He's
on a good rotation. on a number 3 starter on a good rotation.
Next year
on a bad rotation, he's probably the ace. On the Angels, he was the ace.
I think he's the ace on the Dodgers right now. If a fully healthy
No, because next year they get Blake Snow.
Sure,
and they get Corbin Burns.
They get Corbin
and
Burns, Blake Snell, and Juan Soto somehow.
Yeah,
They get
no.
all 3 of those guys.
No.
And it'll be a sad
No,
day
I
for
would-
Giants fans.
I would
For real.
argue that
It is sad.
if Ohtani right now said, I'm good to go for the playoffs, he's the game 1 starter. Like, let's just say miraculously he's good and they don't have to worry about his arm. He's the game 1 starter.
There's no way he puts up those. So he will only play 4 days a week then. He
still
won't.
be DH.
Dude, when he's on the Angels, he wasn't after pitching. He wasn't really in the lineup the next day.
Yeah, he was,
times.
though.
No. Well,
He was.
That's why he broke down.
Right, and that's the other. And so that's why the argument is there. We're like, you gave him all this money because he can do it. He can do it all.
Yeah, but
you didn't give him this money to be a DH. Like, as good as that is,
But
he's not playing the field.
Dodgers didn't think they were going to get what they got out of him
No.
offensively.
This is insane.
They have to have serious conversations about like, dude, we can't have him pitch. You can't have
Now,
him pitch.
this is me not knowing the rules, okay? Let's just say next year they're like, okay, he's cleared to pitch. Could it be a scenario where the guy starts the game at DH and then they have him, like, be the closer?
I think they put in a new rule specifically because of Ohtani. Now, I don't know how it works in reverse because it was a whole rule of, like, once they're out of the game, he had to be out of the lineup. They changed that. So he could stay in the game. So if you have a pitcher and, like, you know what I mean.
But he has to go.
I don't know how that works in reverse.
But I think he has to go somewhere else, right? Like
He can. Well, if he starts the game at DH and is the starting pitcher, once he's out of the game as the starting pitcher, he can remain as the DH.
Oh.
If you start the game as DH and starting pitcher, you can remain as the DH once you're out of the game as a pitcher.
And any pitcher could do that, right? But we just don't have hitting pitchers.
Don't we think if he comes back as a pitcher, if I'm the Dodgers, I basically make him like a relief pitcher, like a closer maybe. But then I don't even know if it's worth that.
I think they're going to be real careful about this because, I mean, you see how valuable he is just as a DH. It's mind-boggling. I think the best case scenario for if it doesn't work out as a starter where he's just getting too much fatigue, I think the Dodgers can say, you know what? Let's do what Doug was saying. 8 innings, he's the DH. Oh, we're up 3-0. Ohtani, come in and close it.
Or especially if you have like a lefty pitching and you need a change of style for the rest of the game.
Still insane.
But I feel like there's too many moving parts with you may jeopardize 50 home runs in your lineup because you want to do a lefty righty like one batter type of deal to get him out. Like, no, man.
I think the thing to keep in mind with Ohtani.
Plus, he's getting older.
Yes,
like he's getting older. Like you can't put that type of wear and tear on his body.
The thing to keep in mind with him, and I don't know how much leeway he has here as he did in the Angels. The Angels, they just were like, the reason he signed with them is they were like, you do whatever you want. You go ahead and be the two-way player, and he proved it. I think he signs with the Dodgers, one, because they gave him literally a boatload of money, but two, because I think they probably
gave him all the money.
And every team probably said, we will let you be you. And if he says, I want to be a starter and I want to be a DH still, I don't think the Dodgers are going to say no.
We'll let you.
I don't think he can say
hit.
no.
We'll let you pitch. We'll let you coach. We'll let you
coach.
We'll let you bet on
You
baseball.
can be the master.
We'll overlook. You can still call Ipe every once in a while. But I also saw something crazy, and I don't know if this is propaganda, but they said that this was the 8th best season of Barry Bonds, or the equivalent.
I mean, there might be. I should look it up. There might be some truth to that, which does put into.
But
perspective how
50-50 Bonds
insane.
never had, right?
No.
I mean, we know Bonds is at 40-40, but maybe we're considering the
but
war.
Bonds stopped stealing bases because he was like, I've already have 500 of these
Also, I have to take
in
into
my
account
career, so I'm done now.
the offensive. Instead of saying steroids, the offensive temperature of the league at that point was a little different.
But Bonds did play defense the whole. He wasn't a DH.
Bonds was stealing bases when they were normal sized bases.
Let's also put it this. I'll put this in perspective. Ohtani right now, his OPS plus, that basically is like accounts for league factors like how's pitching that year. Kind of averages everything out from like 1920 to now. Of like it's a kind of a catch-all stat. Ohtani's is 186. Bonds in his best year was 206. No, I'm sorry. 268 in 2002. That kind of says like everything.
Wow.
Bonds was even in
Are
an
you
environment.
saying that Bonds is double that
He's
year?
pretty
He's double
good.
the player
He's
that Ohtani.
double Ohtani.
So he could have gone 100, but you know.
So I mean, the next
Still
questions we have
mind-boggling.
is his Hall of Fame plaque cemented? Is he cemented as a Hall of Famer as of right now? If he retired after this year, which
I
know
think he
won't.
has to play it. I think you need at least 10 years, right?
I think the literal minimum requirement is 10 years, but like if he's called it quits tomorrow, there would be a serious discussion about making an exception, I think. I really do.
Yep.
In 30 to 40 years, could a Shohei Ohtani card be the most valuable baseball card ever?
Yep.
The atomic.
The
number to 17.
they
Mojo.
literally write they write a book about the transcendent WBC Mojo refractor auto
PSA 10.
PSA 10. They like literally go, whoever had one of these 17 cards, it's worth like, at that point we might just be doing solely Bitcoin, so it's worth like it's worth $17 billion in Bitcoin.
And then I'm gonna just be waking up from my afternoon nap at the age of 85 and see the sales on golden auctions. It's run by his daughter.
They're
now.
just like, there's a small country in Europe has been traded for a WBC Ohtani.
That would be
What would be the card if it is going to be if he like 30, 40 years from now, it is the number one card is
It's-
Ohtani, which I don't know if it is just because of the scarcity of things like the mantles of the T206 Honus Wagner. There's just more of this Ohtani stuff out there. At the same time, I think we just saw, I don't know if he saw that surface, like somebody in a break, I don't know who's breaking his rookie year Bowman, 2018 Bowman, but somebody opened a pack and got the second known like first Bowman kanji auto, which that might be the one thing that will hold up is one of those kanji autos might be.
I
Well,
think
that's-
they're all
think
gonna
still
that's
the-
where it's.
I mean, they're all going to hold up.
That's
Don't
where
get
it
me
gets
wrong,
tricky
but that's the
because,
one that
he's done this 50-50.
Right.
His very first card is him pitching.
But I think that's the one you want.
I think it is too. I think the first
I
Bowman.
think you want the 2018
Bowman.
Superfractor with him pitching.
You
And
know, actually-
Bowman Chrome came out and it was him hitting. But I think you still want the first one. The first one was the 2018 Bowman. with
You know,
him
I did this
pitching.
exercise with customers the other day because we were talking about Tony on the stream too, and I was like, man,
And the
'cause
WBC kanji
I
Mojo
always tell you, I always say to you guys like before Fanatics took over, anyways. I was told like we all kind of know, Topps Chrome is really hard to hit the rookie autographs, right? So that includes Ohtani's rookie year, 2018 Topps Chrome. It was just hard to hit the rookie. Like I think I did 50 cases. I maybe put one, maybe
Yeah.
The
rookie from Topps Chrome.
oh okay.
From
Yeah.
Topps Chrome.
Obviously, they weren't
and then
equal.
I was telling people like I was hitting a Ohtani rookie in almost every case of optics, so that's why I love optics so much because it's like they actually give you a chance to get the rookies. And then if you look up optic Ohtani rookies, like yeah, they're a few $1,000 for the. And I was looking it up. I was like, I was doing case breaks for like $49.99 a spot.
And that was like, they had the autograph hot boxes too. You had 5 autographs in a box. You
Yeah.
had at least 2 in every other box. Then you had the parallel hot box.
And
in
if you
case.
look up those optics, and it's a nice clean design. Obviously, it doesn't have the logo. It's still a nice clean design, nice clean Ohtani auto on it. And yeah, they go for thousands.
We could have literally called up a distributor and said, we will take 400 cases of that.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, okay.
Yeah, get it out the door.
Yeah, seriously, back in 2018, they were like, "How much optic do you want?"
No, we'll give you extended terms. Like, we'll do whatever you
we got a
whatever you
BOGO
want.
deal going. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at that, and we'll get into the baseball here, going to golden auctions, the home run ball. I guess you could almost say that 18, in general, was the greatest year of modern sports cards right now.
Yeah,
Because you have
100%.
in football, you have Lamar,
Josh
Allen.
Allen.
I mean, Baker's playing better.
Little
Darnold's
Bake.
playing better. And then you can go to 18-19 with
Lucha.
Luka. So, I mean, it's going to be
Jay
hard
Gilgeous.
to top that right now.
Yep.
We've had
and
a lot,
Ohtani.
had a
And
lot, of, good one, had a lot of good ones after that.
That's the
you know?
triple crown for sports: baseball, basketball, and football for 2018. Like you said, like there's not many other years you can point to that all three are hitting like that in terms of products.
I mean, we came off of 17, but it took a little while for Mahomes to
go out. Yeah.
You want to talk about contend? We were doing contenders 6 boxes for $39.99 a random team.
Yep.
I would like, if I had a lot of free time, I would like to add up all the cases that we've sold for those years to see how much they worth or
probably
worth
like-
now. And
Yeah. How much we spent back then? It was probably like
$1 trillion.
70K
The
back
T.
we could have just
But what
we
for
could have just
billion
took
now?
like 4
Trillion.
years. We could have took like 4 years off and then cashed them all in, and then just
Yeah, if we would have just ripped the internet out of the wall and just went to a rural area and just held all of our boxes and cases.
And surfaced the
And went-
moment
and
Ohtani's
went-
50th home
It
run.
went off
got
the
hit.
grid, right? And then just came back, and we would have been the group breaker that had nothing but 2017
Nothing but
football, nothing but 18-19 basketball. We could have been what would be considered disruptors,
endless supply.
because we could have been doing like 17 contenders for $59 a spot.
Dude, we needed the what we needed was the
Full case Prism.
we needed the 2025 Sports Almanac from Biff, dude.
That's
we would
what
have been
we
able to
needed.
figure it
That's
out.
true. Which
Yep.
just sold at auction apparently for $31,000.
The actual
the
The
Really?
actual, yes.
The real-
It's funny you mentioned that. I think I saw on Darren Rovell's Collect.com the prop from Back to the Future 2 sold for $31K.
What do you mean prop? I thought it was like the real,
Oh,
real one.
sorry.
Like,
I mean, they
wait,
do.
you mean that was a movie?
They did predict the Cubs winning because what year was that? That he comes back to 2015, right?
Yeah.
They were 1 year off from the Cubs winning the World Series.
It's pretty good.
It predicts the Cubs
it's like
beating
the
Florida.
Simpsons always predicting
Yes,
the future.
Simpsons did it. Yeah, exactly.
Simpsons do it all the time.
Matt
dude.
Groening must be a time traveler, right?
He is.
All right, let's get into
Football.
Not a lot of stuff happened last week in football.
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing notable.
a couple 1 and 2 teams in the NFC West now. I mean, actually 3 of them.
there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them now. So
Niners are in last though.
Dan was the most excited over a 1 and 2 start to a season I've ever seen him
But
in my
we
life.
were. I mean, it was over. It was over.
Hey, they won the Super Bowl last
It was
Sunday.
over. Well, no, I mean, but now you guys are in a. You guys were basically the Niners were like primed. Their roster is primed to go to the Super Bowl.
I
again.
saw those messages coming through Slack. Look down. Just very gently put my phone down. Silent mode. Don't need to see that for a while.
Whose
Don't
else?
need that. Don't need that for a little bit.
But, it's one of those things. It doesn't matter, like, what the talent level is on each team. We've seen it. No, I'm saying for the last 20, 30 years, however long this rivalry's been going on, one team could be 9-0 and the other team could be 0-9 and it's a tight game to the end. It doesn't matter when those two teams
not in the
play
last
each other.
5 years. Like the Niners, like regular season,
Yeah,
the Rams have only won once, and that was in the week 18 last year, where no team actually had starters in.
but you also look
And then we won the NFC Championship game.
It's a big one.
Hurts Niner fans. They don't like talking about it.
Yeah, that was a big one.
But they will talk about the other 10 games that
Yeah,
they
of
basically won. Like,
Right.
10-10, yeah.
This one is devastating because obviously both
because
teams
if they
had
lose
injuries.
against the Patriots, which if I had to bet on it, I'd almost 0% chance.
yeah.
But if they do, it's doom and gloom. Is Kyle
and gloom.
Absolutely.
is Kyle Shanahan
Doom and gloom.
is Kyle Shanahan still the coach next year? If they win 6 games,
Ooh.
is Shanahan still the coach?
If okay,
With that
there's
roster,
there's a few
my
ways.
God.
If CMC's out for the year, I mean that's the main one. CMC being out for the year.
Jordan
which
Mason,
now,
like
who
one of
knows?
the best
He's
running
been-
backs
that's
in the
thing.
league. Is that
now
is
he's
what
not giving you the pass catching ability out of the backfield that CMC
Teach
did.
him.
So
Teach him.
how hard can it be?
How hard could
Yeah.
it be? He's been playing football his whole life. You're telling me he can't catch a ball?
We were hearing whispers before the season that there's maybe sort of that there. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan were not on the hot seat, but they're on the lukewarm seat right now. And maybe 6 wins in a year where they should have been the favorites in the conference might push
favorites
that
to get to the whole to
to
win.
get maybe the
pretty much-
yeah maybe the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, then that might push it to hot on fire seed. Yeah, it might. 10 years after we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Levi Stadium with a throwback to 10 years ago. where everything went wrong. There's turmoil in the front office, drama, just injuries
I'm just
everywhere.
glad
Fun.
I'm
Love
the
it.
one silver lining that I have is that Brock Purdy played pretty well.
He's playing
Because it was going to be like, look at this guy. He doesn't have his weapons, and he obviously sucks. And
He had a really good
That's
game.
great. And he's doing this, and he is going to be like, pay me, pay me,
Yes.
pay me.
Yes.
And the Niners are going to be like, well, where's that money going to come from?
I'm not doing this to detract from the Niner conversation. Just here, breaking news sounder. Only it's Brian Gray. Old Brian Gray has chimed in on our Shohei conversation. Not in the chat, but we had a post today advertising today's episode of The Hype saying will Shohei Ohtani eventually have the most valuable baseball card of all time? He says no. He is the greatest player of all time. He's the greatest player of all time, but will never be top 10 in cards.
interesting.
Anyway,
Yeah,
continue.
well, let's digest that and
Did you hear his rant?
My receivers forgot how to catch goddamn footballs today.
That's not real.
Christian McCaffrey is in fucking Germany somewhere.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
this can't be real.
here's the thing though: if they keep losing, can he say pay me if they keep losing?
He can, 100%. Well, even more so, because you're like, what are you going to do next year if you basically don't pay me?
Trevor Lawrence screwed that all up anyway, so we'll get into him. But also, I look at it like this: Shanahan, McVay's like the little brother, because like Shanahan coached McVay on the Redskins, and
Not that far apart in age.
And,
I mean,
and you talk about the 10 games, and McVay damn well knows that game last year did not count. It may count in the win column, but it didn't count as a true victory. None of the starters were playing.
I'll take it.
10 times.
But-
He's like,
but
we
I-
got to do
but
this.
I will tell you right
The
now.
little
and-
brother
and
beat the big brother. It
and
happens.
Every Niner fan, and you are not a Niner fan if you do not agree with this, you would take away all the regular season wins for that one NFC championship win.
Yes.
100%.
If you don't, then
Well,
you're.
I mean, I might exchange it for a couple of Super Bowl wins in there, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, maybe a little.
So I mean,
Patrick Mahomes losing.
I gladly you could take all the regular season wins you want, but if we're gonna beat you in the NFC Championship game, have fun in the regular season.
Yep.
I mean,
Well,
just
you're not wrong.
yeah, kill us, destroy us, beat us by 40, whatever.
So let's bring this back to like the card market in week 3, and like I've been struggling, and I know there's value. We just talked about NT. NT's gonna, I think, bring back some more football collectors because it's a staple set, and I think we're gonna get some momentum. But I feel like this year it's been the toughest year for football cards in terms of breaking, in terms of seeing value, because you look at the 2023, without any of these guys' autographs. Now you have Bryce Young. Nobody wants Bryce Young. People aren't
Yep.
really high on Will Levis as they were in the preseason.
Yep.
Jordan Love's injured. I know he's not 2023.
Stroud doesn't look
Stroud
that
had
good.
a shaky second
Stroud
start.
had a
of the
shaky
season,
second
or a third
start.
start of the season.
Tua got another concussion.
Richardson is, he
Colt-
won a game, but he's
Colts
not
are
looking
Colts.
great.
I think are 1-2.
Burrow's
I think the
looking-
Texans are 1-2.
They're 2-1.
2-1.
They're 2-1. Stroud, I'm not. That'll be fine.
Ellen DeGeneres is 0-3.
Who's that? I thought it was Aaron Rodgers. Looks
Joe
like
Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, that's tough. So, I mean, you go through the last 4 years of football, there's really like, who are you collecting? Who do you feel safe with collecting long term? And then, you see what happened to T-Law, which we'll get into. Oh, they're 0-3. He's lost 8 in a row in the regular season. Just got paid $55 million. So, I mean, pretty much, if he can't figure it out, that franchise is crippled for the next 2-3 years. 2021 class is now we're talking about Fields. Everybody else is out of the mix. So, I mean,
Welcome back.
I mean, yeah, go back to 2019. So you have Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray looks
Still playing
decent.
good. Still playing good.
Looks decent, but I don't think from a card market anybody is running to eBay and trying to load up. If they are, let us know because I think we still got some.
might be time.
Danny Dimes. No, nobody.
They
Nobody
had
cares.
a pretty good victory this
Oh,
weekend.
okay,
Nobody cares.
they won.
Browns might be awful. Browns might be awful.
Before their win this week, there was rumors that Danny Dimes is going to lose his job.
Danny Pennies. Yeah.
Danny Pennies. Who else did we have 19?
DK Metcalf.
No,
Drew
you meant quarterbacks.
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock. We don't even know where he's at.
Yeah, he's on a milk
Easton
carton
Stick.
somewhere.
Easton Stick.
who did come in for Herbert, who's Herbert's backup.
2020, we had Burrow and
Tua.
Burrow's the one where I know 0-3 looks bad, but Burrow didn't look bad.
Burrow didn't look bad this
Burrow's
Sunday.
gonna be like.
But it comes down to
it's wins and losses.
he's been in the league long enough to where his personal season being good and his team not making the playoffs is not acceptable.
Yeah. They've got Ravens, Giants, Browns, Eagles over the next 4 weeks. That's if they can win against the Ravens, then maybe that's a get right win of like they can beat a division opponent. Giants should be an easy win for them.
You start 0-3.
Yeah.
You have
an uphill climb.
you have a 4% chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
To get away from the cards and get into some of the business of this, if you talk about the Bengals, the Cowboys, and the Niners, which are all underperforming from what the expectation
And the
was.
Ravens.
And
The
the
Ravens
Ravens.
are underperforming,
Well, the reason I'm throwing these 3 in there is what do they all have in common? Contract disputes. Their guys weren't in preseason.
Yep.
Their guys weren't working out. Some of the key players. CeeDee Lamb wasn't signed. Dak was holding out. Chase was holding out for the Bengals. Ayuk, Trent. Like, it shows you how valuable it is to have your quarterback. And Chad Ocho Cinco was just talking about this.
He held out too?
No, he was talking about how important it is to get reps, even if you're a seasoned veteran, to be able to get out there at night and get ball and get used to the night lights, to get used to catching the ball. Even if you've done it your whole life, you don't play 60-minute games. You're not in season by sitting on the at your desk or on your couch and trying to get your contract
Yeah,
going.
I think there's something real to that for sure, 100%.
I mean, in the Cowboys, Dak's really not the problem, but CeeDee Lamb's been non-existent.
They didn't get they like you said, those teams that don't have the reps together between their quarterbacks and their receivers.
Yep.
That's what I see in common with all
Team
those 3
continuity.
teams.
And you could make, and I think too, if you're worried about Stroud at all, and I know there wasn't contract disputes, but like
I'm not worried about Stroud at all.
Stephon Diggs getting into that lineup, I think they're still trying to figure out who's getting the touches, who's getting the ball. Like there's almost too many hands in the pot there.
think
Well,
Vikings
they
are
also
super legit.
not only did Stephon Diggs show up, but they also got Joe Mixon as well. So
Yep.
they have a lot.
They might have too many cooked right now. And
Yeah.
they got to figure it out right now. Who's going to take the lead?
I don't take nothing away from that game except that the Vikings are one of the best teams in the NFL.
I don't disagree. I think if you have to rank number 1 right now, to me, it's the Vikings. I think Brian Flores is what he's done with that defense too is just the disguise and the players they have on that defense. It's fantastic. Darnold's really getting the ball out the right way. Aaron Jones is looking pretty good. He had that fumble against the Niners, but
Justin Jefferson's obviously the number 1 receiver.
Number one
right?
receiver in the league. Yeah.
There's nobody touches
I
them.
think the Vikings are going to do Viking things.
I
Though.
do too.
I think the Vikings are going to be good until week 9, and then they are going to just start falling apart. They're going to lose 4 or 5 games in a row, and they're going to back into the playoffs and get knocked out in the wild card round.
I'm gonna do this exercise with CRad because I've done it.
Sorry, Viking
No,
fans.
think
I want to
you're
get in. I
wrong.
want to get into Trevor Lawrence specifically because the guy got paid a boatload of money, $55 million.
How much?
$55 million a year, I think is what his average salary is. And the guy got paid a lot. I mean, he had the success at Clemson, 2 national titles, right? So, he's first overall pick. The Jags believed in him, but if you were to have, who would you rather have? I'll start at the top. Would you rather have Trevor Lawrence or Patrick Mahomes? And don't put your homer hat on. C-Rad.
Is that?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Would you rather have Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence?
Joey B.
Or would you rather have Josh Allen or
It's my boy Josh.
okay? Would you rather have Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray.
Okay. Would you rather have Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Would you rather have Brock Purdy?
Yes.
I mean, you just keep going down the line. Like, where is this guy is a top paid quarterback in the league?
At
Stafford, right? Rodgers.
At some point,
Hurts.
Well, we got it.
Maybe even Tua. I mean,
since we're doing this, so we got to have at least one where you're just
Where
like,
you draw the line.
I'm going Trevor Lawrence.
I would
so
go Trevor Lawrence over Deshaun Watson.
Let me throw this stat at you.
I wouldn't.
As of right now,
wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
Wow.
I wouldn't.
Deshaun Watson is not.
Wow.
Now, I think Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback.
Okay, Daniel Jones?
Daniel,
he did prove more in his early career. That's for sure.
Here are the only quarterbacks behind Lawrence in QB rating. Lawrence ranks 26th in the league right now, ahead of only Deshaun Watson, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young.
So all the rookies. The guys
Either rookies,
Or
second-year
second-year.
guys, or potentially washed guys. Yeah.
wow. So you could say Geno Smith.
Gino.
The
Jeez,
Jags only
100%.
win since last season, since December of last season, was on December 31st
did
against
have
the
that one-
Panthers.
I'd like to start talking about backups.
Mac Jones,
would
come
you-
on down.
Like, would you take Nick Mullins as your starting quarterback over Trevor Lawrence?
No.
Hey,
Is that where the line's drawn?
Mac Jones.
Case Keenum.
Mac Jones collectors. It's time to shine. Mac Jones is literally. If that happens,
Would you go Zach Wilson?
Dude, this is the craziest thing.
Or
though.
Trevor Lawrence.
This is the craziest thing. Listen to this. Sam Darnold is the backup. And I would rather take Sam Darnold right now over Trevor Lawrence.
Well, Sam Darnold's not a backup. He is actually probably
Well,
going to
he
be
came
the
in season.
he might be the
If the
MVP
season-
front
if the
runner.
season-
Think
the
about
season
where
ended today. He's probably the MVP.
But if we had this conversation last year, you're picking Trevor Lawrence over Sam Darnold,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yes, of course.
So, but I'm still. Here's the thing. Even though I picked all those guys over Trevor
But Sam
Lawrence,
Darnold looked
I
terrible when he
still-
came out like playing for the Niners and
Yeah.
like mop up.
He did not
roles.
look great.
I
No.
still like Trevor Lawrence, and I still am optimistic about him. To what extent, I'm not 100%
You
sure.
don't love him.
Yeah,
You
I don't-
like
Oh, how about
I like him, but I don't.
Justin Fields?
I'd rather have Justin Fields right now.
Fields,
Yeah.
probably.
3-0. I mean,
Look
you
at what he
can't-
did, and the stats aren't like amazing.
okay,
but look what
okay.
he did in the second half.
All right, Russell Wilson.
Russell.
Trevor
take it,
Lawrence.
Would the Jaguars be better right now with Russell Wilson?
I don't think so.
There's only one correct
Maybe.
answer there. Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, he definitely motivated
He
him.
might be.
He'd motivate the team.
That's Super Bowl champion right there, dude.
Yeah. Let's ride.
But Justin Fields is not losing his job this year,
Duval
though.
County, let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
I mean, he probably knows Diddy, too. But
Apparently,
anyway.
there's a lot of people that know.
well,
yeah.
We might
just-
all have a
I'm-
seven degrees of Diddy
I'm
right
not
now.
even.
honestly,
I'm not even
frankly.
like paying attention at all. I'm not paying attention to any of the tabloids, gossip or nothing. But like,
Oh, I
my
am.
wife will bring up to me like, "Oh, and this person is like being complicated now because they used to party a lot with them." I'm like, "Damn!" I'm like, every day it's like a new name. It's like
Everybody.
dude. The thing is, like, everybody has partied with him, so it's like you're right. 7 degrees of separation. It's like we've probably been at his party.
There's been, yeah, I know, probably. We didn't even know it. Is that why
I don't
something
think we were
hurt
there.
that night? Anyways, there's been divorces. There's been split-ups that have been caused recently because of it. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
dude.
allegedly.
Yeah,
But
this-
it's crazy.
it goes
We
deep.
can't really talk about it on the show because I don't want to be the
yeah,
tinfoil hat guy. But
I don't believe a lot of the stuff I'm reading on the interwebs right now.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, go with a fine-tooth comb through some of this stuff. Just have a discerning eye.
take that.
Back to hobby. If there's one guy, we're talking about all these disappointments, all these like, oh man, things are not working out. Jayden Daniels is our only hope.
yes, which
Jayden
we
Daniels.
will probably not have any autographs of him, but you can be sure that he will be in Prism.
I've been saying since week 1, because I've either bet against or bet for them these last 3 weeks. So I've been watching a lot of the Redskins games. Like, he was
Well, that's
he's
not.
been
I don't know who that team is.
He's the he's been the most impressive rookie by far. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even close. Like,
Well,
even for week 1 when he didn't have a great game, like, you can tell like it all the pieces are there for him to succeed.
I mean, and he seems poised as like, and when he talks, he kind of seems like he's already that guy.
Did you can see him on the field? He's like
well,
he's
I know.
poised.
That throw, that touchdown
Yeah, that
throw
McLaurin.
to
Oh, my God.
McLaurin
where
was
where he's getting
where
sacked.
I'm like, okay, well, that is a professional throw. That is not a throw
That's
that
like
a rookie
something
makes.
that Aaron Rodgers makes or
Yep.
something.
Yeah,
You know
I don't
what?
even know.
You know
I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers makes that throw.
Not
I-
on the
that
run,
that
no.
is like, I mean, that dude. You could see that. It might have been a defensive end or a linebacker coming in untouched, and they were just gunning right for him, and he just like stood in there, followed through, took the hit, and threw a dime.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers would have made that throw for sure.
Maybe 5 years ago. I don't know about the running. He would have made the throw, but would he be able to avoid the sack? That's a
You know what
question
he
mark
is
for a
in?
40-year-old.
You know what Jayden Daniels does have autos in? Leaf Electrum comes out on Friday.
Oh,
we got-
there we go.
We got some hobby. We got some solo packs.
Yep.
What is the solo pack?
It's just one card.
I lift you up. No.
He has
Hey.
autographs in Leaf Electrum.
Again, more reason for
Random
hope. The upcoming schedule for the Commanders: Cardinals,
Okay.
Browns,
Okay.
Ravens, Panthers,
Listen,
Bears.
I'm
I
not-
got a
Wow.
question. Do the Ravens play everybody?
apparently.
Because every time you go through teams, it's like the Ravens are always in there.
Yeah.
There's-
I have another question. Does Tom Brady only announce Cowboy games? Because I think
Yeah.
3 in a row now.
You know what? I have actually I don't know what it is.
well, who is he teamed up with?
He's the number one, so he's with
With Kirk Herbstreit?
with Burkhardt, Kevin Burkhardt.
Oh, Burkhardt, yeah.
I guess I just haven't had a chance to really listen to him because I've either.
But he's not doing play-by-play. Burkhardt's doing
no,
play-by-play.
he's color.
So
I just haven't. Yeah, I haven't had much of a chance to hear
I know
him
for
'cause
the
I'm either
first-
watching a different game whenever that.
The last 2 weeks he's been Cowboys. I don't know if he did the first Cowboys game, but
I think
he did Browns Cowboys.
yeah, I think.
Okay,
he did.
so
yeah.
he's done Cowboys.
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever
so-
game of the week is.
So sometimes like Mark Sanchez does. I would say
think he's good.
most of the Rams games.
Yeah.
He did the Rams game.
Yeah, he was in
But-
the Rams.
but he
game.
Talk
does-
about the mariachis.
But he's done it like I think he's done all the Rams games. So like maybe they kind of pick and choose like, okay, less travel, you're just gonna like lock into this team.
and you familiarize yourself with the numbers
Yeah.
of the players and stuff like that, so you don't have to.
There's definitely like a West Coast because there's like A team, B team. Because I think B team, the second is Greg Olson and the Dodgers, Joe Davis, the Dodgers announcer. It's like the second.
And it seems
team.
like Romo always does Chiefs games. Romo
Yeah.
and
well, I mean, they're always
what's his
and Chiefs are
Nance.
always going to be game of the week too on CBS whenever they can get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think after that it's all like geographical, like it's all based on that. So yeah, we're going to get a lot more Mark Sanchez's when it's not Brady and Burkhardt or whatever it may be, Greg Wilson and all those guys.
we'll see who gets the Niners Patriots this weekend. Probably won't be the game of the week.
No, it will not be the game of the week.
Is that a 1 p.m. game
Yes, 105.
at home?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I might be going. We'll see.
Drake
Nice.
May, dude, probably not going to start the game.
No.
I don't think he should play at all this season, dude.
I think if you're the Niners, though, you want to see Brissett because you don't know what you get in Drake May.
Yeah.
It's true.
But you know what you get in Brissett.
That's true.
You score 17 points, you're probably going to win a game.
And what do we think about Caleb Williams? I mean, obviously too early to tell.
He's got the Rams this week.
It just seems like
He's showing some flashes too.
you see how good Fields is doing with a good leadership, good coaching scheme, good, what they have going there with Tomlin. He's been there forever. And then you wonder, it's like, are the Bears are still running the same thing? Is Caleb going to be doomed?
Are you saying that you're not a fan of Eberflus?
That's the greatest coach name in the league is Eberflus.
I'm actually going into the season based on the team that they built around him, the weapons that Caleb Williams had around him. I thought he was going to start the season off absolutely on fire with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Roma Dunze, and they have a pretty good running game as well, and they got a decent defense.
Well, Swift has been like.
I think
Swift has been
what
like
what
nobody.
they did was they upgraded all the skill positions, but I think the issue is that they still didn't address the line, which is the big thing for them. Same thing that happened to Fields, when he was there.
And if I remember correctly, wasn't Peyton Manning he only won 1 or 2 games in his rookie campaign? So maybe we have too high expectations.
You can always, But anytime a rookie struggles, you go, well, Peyton only won 2. Peyton set a rookie record for interceptions in his first year.
Yeah, Ryan
Look what he
Leaf. Ryan
became.
Leaf had a better year.
Ryan Leaf was better. You're right.
Yeah,
We could all throw that out there.
Just
But-
1 year though.
I still like what I see,
Yeah.
but I still
It's also-
it's way too early to tell on.
It's
Caleb.
been a lot of injuries. Yeah, Keenan Allen, I don't think has he played at
No.
all? He hasn't played. Roma Dunze is a rookie too. He's adjusting to the league. He had a nice game,
but there is a clear difference when you watch Jayden Daniels and
Yes.
you watch Caleb Williams, though.
yes,
Yeah,
There's
and with
also-
less
yeah,
less
look out.
talents,
But
right?
there's also a confidence though.
Yeah.
You look at
It's a
Jayden-
confidence thing.
You look at Daniels and you're just like, this dude is confident that he is going to make the plays. Caleb Williams, you're like, this dude's not confident. He's
Yeah.
going to
Can
make
you-
the
I
play.
mean, yet.
we know that Cliff Kingsbury is the offensive coordinator for the Commanders.
Yeah.
Do we know who the coordinator is for the Bears?
I don't think it's
That's-
Eberflus.
is it the
I just wanted to
Commanders
say
GM?
Eberflus one more time.
Commanders GM is the former Niners front office, right? I can't remember his name, but
Not Trent Baalke.
no, not Balky. From
Tressman?
from this previous. I'll just look it up. Who was the Commanders GM? But yeah, from the Adam Peters, who was in the Niners front office. So it's his first season. I think they kind of quietly had like a really nice offseason where people are kind of like, they're putting everything together.
Who's our OC, though?
Don't know who their OC is right now.
So
Oh, wait. It's Cornell, isn't it? It's Romeo. No, not Cornell. What the hell am I talking about? He's way gone out of the league. Why am I thinking Romeo Cornell right now?
former Browns coach.
Anyway, I was thinking Chiefs. Former Chiefs OC. Bieniemy,
No,
isn't it?
no, not. He definitely was not on Hard Knocks.
I could be.
Anybody know in the chat?
Anyway.
Anybody in the chat?
No, it's Klings. So wait, were we just talking about Commanders?
We're talking about
Commanders.
Bears.
We're
Oh,
talking
Bears. That's why I'm all off the. Anyway, whatever.
And you're right.
Whatever.
It would have been
Shane Waldron.
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
former quarterback.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't know.
Romeo Cornell.
He is the highest paid. He's the
Time
highest.
he's been mentioned about.
He's
2
tied
years.
for 6th for the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, things are going well. The Commanders, look out! That's a soft schedule coming up.
Are they
could
playing?
rack up some wings?
Are they playing the Ravens?
Well, there's one against the Ravens.
Of course they are.
Yeah, we mentioned it. They're playing the Ravens in there. That's a tough one, but like
Is it a tough one? They don't look that. They
The
don't look that tough that
Ravens
year.
are good.
they're gonna get. Yeah, they're better.
The Ravens are good.
I know they almost coughed it up against the Cowboys, but that's a good.
Well,
team.
Tell me the Ravens
much-
don't make the playoffs.
That's too much talent.
Yeah.
Too much good coaching. No.
I think the Ravens still win that division.
Well, I like what
think,
Lamar-
I think they take over the Steelers.
I like what Lamar did on the plane. Did you see that video? It was, I think it was Marlon Humphreys. Was like,
yeah.
we're live. We're on the.
We got
we're on
the win.
yeah, we got the
Yeah.
win, and he's like, you shouldn't even be live right now. We're 1-2, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we celebrating 1-2?
Yeah.
That
So, like-
right there tells me, oh yeah, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
They're
because
gonna
like
be just fine.
Papa Lamar, he's gonna set everybody straight.
It's like, no.
If we circle
Thank
this,
goodness.
if we circle this back to the hobby, right, and we've got this 2024 rookie class, which we're, barely in it release-wise. We've had Score, we've had Luminance, we've had Gold Standard, and we still have 2023 releases coming out. Who is your guys' early pick for Rookie of the Year? And I know we're gonna say Jayden Daniels at this point, but like if you take Jayden Daniels out of the equation, who is a rookie that you guys are seeing now that you think people should invest in card-wise?
Brock Bowers.
No,
He's been pretty good.
The kid from the Chargers, was it Lad McConkey or whatever?
Yeah.
The one that crapped his pants during the game? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
There's a couple guys, yeah, like Lad McConkey.
but
on
he's
there,
done.
it's good.
He's been pretty good.
Braylon Allen on the Jets. They're part of that two-headed monster the Jets have for their running game. He's a rookie.
I
They're a
think,
rookie running back.
I've said it for a while. LSU receivers, man, Malik Neighbors. I mean,
Malik
had
Neighbors.
his coming out game. Yeah, of course he has Danny Penny's throwing to him, but that guy showed like he could be Chase and
Oh,
Jay
he's
Jetta.
good, dude. Malik Neighbors is hella good.
Yeah.
Do we think this becomes a battle between Caleb and Jayden come towards the end of the year? Do we think Caleb gets back up to speed?
For Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I think Caleb will hang.
I
most
think
of the year.
I think it depends on what the records are. I
Who do
think
the Bears play?
I think if
coming
the Bears are a 4-win team,
You can't.
no.
No.
I mean, Dark Horse. I mean, I hate to say it, Dark Horse. He looked good. Won me some money this weekend. Bo Nix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat somebody good.
The
too, didn't they?
Buccaneers.
They beat the Buccaneers
I
in
took
Tampa.
the points,
Wow.
and I felt like they were going to beat them straight up.
And that's a situation, too, where there is just no pressure to be good. Like, Caleb Williams is going into a situation where I think a lot of Bears fans in that front office are like, it's time to win.
Hella expectations for
It's
Caleb
time to win.
compared to Bo
Yeah.
Nix and like guys like Drake
Yeah.
May and
There's
Well, I
there's
think
no
I think the
pressure.
expectations the Bears fans and the Bears front office probably is like, we don't make the playoffs. This was a failure.
Yeah.
Where I don't think the same expectations are in Denver as if we don't make the playoffs. It's like if we get to 500,
To win, yeah.
that's a win. If we get to 6 wins, that might be.
But they arguably reached for Bo Nix, right? Because he was the 6th guy taken in that when there was so
Little bit,
many other defensive player number ones that were available,
Yeah.
like Jared Verse or
Well-
any of those guys that were like they were supposed to go in the top 10 that never went.
There's also JJ McCarthy. Like would and this is hypothetical, would the Vikings be better with McCarthy or
Not necessarily,
the
right?
fact that Sam Darnold's in there as a veteran
As a vet,
is
yeah.
making them better.
Yeah.
Well, and is this an Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes situation where the Vikings become a top NFC team? They're building their dynasty now, and say Sam Darnold gets them to the playoffs, and maybe they get knocked out in round 1, round 2,
Oh,
whatever.
I think you're getting the Vikings
you
fans
get-
too excited here, Doug.
Well, I mean, obviously 3-0 right now, and they beat good teams. But like,
If J.J. McCarthy comes
what
in
happens? What happens if Sam Darnold gets a playoff win under his belt and maybe doesn't get to the NFC Championship game? You go into the offseason, JJ's healthy. Do you stick with Sam Darnold for another year, or do
No,
you?
you get rid of him. He's a stopgap. He ends up going to some other team. He goes.
So
he goes back to the Panthers.
So if that's the case, this might be the 2017 Patrick Mahomes year of buying JJ McCarthy on the cheap.
Yeah, and he's one of the guys that actually does have autographs in Panini football products.
Yeah, have we seen some in Score and Gold Standard? And
I haven't personally pulled one yet. It's not like I haven't done a bunch of 2020-40 products this year yet. But yeah, he's one of the guys that's on there. That's on card for a lot of those products.
So yeah, I mean, you could maybe get him for cheap. I mean, I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of speculators, but if this team is as good as it is, and they have a young enough team and they have enough talent around him, they signed Jefferson for more years, so we know he's going to have Jefferson to throw to.
Darnold's going to need to have like an Alex Smith year where it's like it's good, but it's not amazing. That's the type of year he's going to have for them to be like, all right, let's move on.
Well, okay,
we could just put in the next guy.
What if
What if they go to the
amazing
NFC?
year?
Yeah.
And he keeps playing the way he's playing?
No, I'm saying,
It's
okay, so
gonna
if
be hard.
all right, if he loses
I mean,
the
I guess that
NFC
was what
Championship
happened.
game,
Yeah.
if he loses the NFC Championship game, is he's the starter next year? Is Darnold the
That's
starter?
a
No,
That's
no,
a
because
dope
he is a stopgap.
What if he
he
wins the
is.
Super Bowl?
I think you have to start him next
I
year.
don't-
No, we've seen quarterbacks lose their job after
I
winning
don't.
the Super Bowl.
I don't know
guess
because
so.
I think he is he's on like kind of a 1-year deal. I mean that's
it's
kind
like
of
a
like
show
what
me
he's
contract.
been doing. It's like every year he's doing this 1-year deal. He
Yeah.
is going like the Vikings are gonna be like, well we're not gonna. There's gonna be other teams that are gonna offer him 3-4 year deals.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah,
for him.
so like
That's the
they're
thing, you're right.
I'm
a
happy
lot of
for him.
teams are
He's
going
gonna,
to.
he's gonna get a long
And they'll still
term
have
deal.
JJ McCarthy on the rookie contract.
yeah, so they're gonna be like, we can't really pay you starter
That's
money.
true.
And then have our franchise quarterback basically sit behind you for 3 years. By the time his rookie contract's over, you don't even know what you have.
That's
so
true.
Might
Yeah.
be smart to do that. Like, there's a lot of I've been seeing a lot of conversation lately about, like, even Brady has brought this up, how like guys should be developing behind the whoever the starting quarterback is for a couple years at the very least, instead of just being thrown
But
in the fire right away.
that might be the motivation behind Sam Darnold. Like he knows this is it. It's a perfect situation for him. He's on a good team. He is the starter. He is going to try to rebuild his career, get one last substantial paycheck for a contract, and then probably be a starter somewhere. It's kind of the best case scenario for him. And I don't think he looks at it and he's like, well, no matter what I do here, there's a chance that I can be the franchise quarterback for the Vikings.
Your 2025 starting quarterback for the New York Giants, Sam Darnold.
I was thinking the same exact thing, dude. Dimes is going to
Could you
fail this year.
imagine he goes back to New York for a bunch of money, but it's for the Giants? Be pretty funny.
Or
True full circle.
Or Cleveland.
Or Cleveland. Gonna be tough
Maybe
to get out of that
Cleveland.
contract.
Well, I was going to
but
say, but there's Dimes got a pretty big contract too. So how you get out of that one?
but isn't he like? What was the extension? I thought it's done. Not that.
No, yeah, I think he has 2 years at a ridiculous amount.
2 years though, they can get their way out of that. Deshaun,
Daniel Jones signs a 4-year, $160 million signing bonus.
Jesus.
Yeah,
God,
36,
what were
or actually a contract with the
thinking?
Giants. Yeah, with a $36 million signing bonus, $92 million guaranteed, annual salary of $40 million.
How did that negotiation? Did he sit down and they're like, the GM for the Giants is like, we're not going to pay you a dime less than $160 million, and
Well,
he's
I
like,
think it happened at a Diddy party.
he's all, I would have been good with like $60 million, but
What the-
they're like, not a dime less than 160, Danny.
I mean, keep in mind he did have that one really good year. That's why he got
A
paid.
really good year.
Yeah, the really good
The
year.
one where
The
one run where he had like 40 yards of space and he fell.
potential out 2025.
Okay.
They could get out of it in
Okay,
2025.
all right, so there we go.
Sam Darnold, you are a New York Giant.
New York Giant, we're calling here.
Sam Darnold. A lot of teams would love to have Sam Darnold right now. I'll tell you that much.
That's right.
They would
As
love
much as I
have
want to
Sam
talk
Darnold.
about Chuba Hubbard and how great the Panthers were this weekend, we probably should get in and guess that price.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Guess that price.
That price.
With NT football out
Pass
this
me a
week.
pen.
Let's take a look. We're going true RPAs, number to 99. True RPAs. That's the theme this week. Get your pencil and paper. It's time for Guess That Price. It's been a while.
It has.
I don't know if we've done the whole crew doing Guess That Price together in a while.
Yeah, it's
gotta be
been-
honest.
It's been too long.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Don't lie about it, Cody.
go.
Just be honest.
That's what I try. I always honesty is my number one.
Not gonna lie, bro.
Here we go.
Not gonna lie.
I gotta stop using that as a crutch. Here we go. Drake London is our first Guess That Price.
Had a good game Monday.
He did have a good game. Starting to shape up. Or who knows?
True
about the
RPA
Falcons.
99.
True RPA.
Rated.
2022 NT RPA 40 out of 99. PSA 10. This sold on September 5th. It had 23 bids on
Sweet.
eBay.
And speaking of that game, and I will make
That might
bid.
be, if speaking of guys that you might want to look into investing that aren't going to play much this year, Mike Penix Jr. Kirk Cousins has been fine, but he's not been.
I know we didn't really talk about Michael Penix.
He's been. Kirk Cousins has been fine.
Kirk Cousins, after everything's said and done.
Not a Hall of Famer.
No,
don't do that.
not a Hall of Famer.
Don't. No.
What does he have to do?
Absolutely not a Hall of Famer.
I would pick him over Russell Wilson.
No.
No.
I think they go.
Well, I was gonna say I saw a TikTok, and I don't know why we're even playing this season. The Chiefs are just gonna win the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I mean, of course they are.
You know.
I mean, this is written.
I mean, Kyle Pitts just literally got he literally
Got
had
destroyed.
seven people holding him down from catching the ball, and there was no flag. So
Yeah. Well, you got to battle a lot of elements. You got to battle the quarterback that's not that good, the zebras. It's like
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you're going against the 11 and then however many 6 referees
you
and then
Yeah.
the guys in the booth doing the replays,
the reviews.
Yeah, reviews.
the phantom reviews.
Yeah.
It's like actually up top they said that was not a hold. So
They're all
first down for the Chiefs.
they're all who was it? It's just it's like Andy Reid's brother. Just he's all he's like
let Steve Spagnuolo call timeouts when you're not even supposed to not call timeouts as a coordinator.
Oh, goodness.
But
All right. Well, before we get to our guesses, I looked on Pro Football Reference. They have those career similarities for players. Kirk Cousins' career most similar to Tony Romo, Steve McNair, Joe
Aaron
Namath,
okay.
a couple other guys in there. Then it's a weird mishmash. Mark Brunell, Ryan Tannehill, Jim Everett,
All solid.
Jim
yeah,
Everett.
Kenny Stabler,
Well, Jim Everett's
Jim Kelly.
Jim Everett's one of the greatest ever to do it. So
Stablers was the greatest to ever do
That's
it. What you talking about?
that is quite an interesting list.
All right, you guys ready?
Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, let's hear those guesses.
anybody
All
would
right,
be.
I'm starting with 750.
I do a $900. I originally put $1,300. I crossed it out, but $900.
$750.
I did 915.
Oh, jeez.
915.
Oh man, I'm screwed.
Actual price. $1,025. That goes to the high bid. Dan is in the
Yeah,
lead.
that's me.
Damn it.
All right.
Putting in the work.
1,300.
bro.
I still would have lost. So I feel good about that one.
All right. Next up,
900.
we're going with another receiver. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit Lions.
Not a 10 though.
2021 NTRPA, not a 10.
That's who we're chasing in 2021.
That's it. Yeah, honestly, I was looking at 21 like, boy, is he the Chase? Is he like
Jamar
one
Chase.
of the? I mean, Jamar, yes, but
But didn't Jamar
after-
Chase not? Oh, that was flawless.
he's a top,
He didn't
like
have
he's easily a top 3 chase at that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can talk about that. 21 NTRPA, 53 out of 99, PSA 9, sold September 15th. This was for best offer.
Okay.
Best offer.
And you got the actual price that it got taken for.
Got the actual price it got taken for. Thank you, Card Ladder, for that information.
I'm gonna.
But you could also find out from 130point.com
You could
as well.
You also could find out. There's
out.
lots of nice reputable websites where you can find this information.
What I was going to say when we talk about that, Patrick,
They're
one
not
thing you
paying us
can
to do
guarantee after a Chiefs game is the jersey swap picture, Mahomes and the ref. Like
Yeah.
every game. You go on Twitter, you guarantee you'll see that.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes. Cool.
Guaranteed.
Speaking of jersey swaps, did you see the Acuna brothers did a cool little jersey swap?
Oh, they did?
Before the game.
Oh, yeah, Luis and
Mets
Hell.
and Braves are playing each other right now. And, Luis. It is Angel. We found that out. It is Luis Angel.
I would have never.
Acuna.
That's how I've been
I never.
calling him.
Yep.
I never questioned.
He's on
I never
fire.
questioned it.
He's on fire right
Luis
now,
Angel.
too.
he is. He's doing great.
He's going
All
to be a
right.
big chase next
Who
year.
won?
Anyway, all right,
Dan,
here we go.
Right?
Dan is up 1-0.
1149.
All right, I'll go 2K.
$1,550.
Actual price.
It's a 9.
He's got to be worth double the previous guy, dude.
It's
at
a
least
9.
It's a 9.
It's a 9.
Dan is our winner 2 in a
What
row.
the freak?
850.
What?
850.
What?
It's best. Yeah, I mean,
Because it is a 9.
it's a 9. Yeah, it still seems a little low.
It seems low compared to the last
No,
guy.
it doesn't.
Like that.
Maybe it doesn't. Dan doesn't think it does.
I would have overpaid.
Dan's up 2-0.
The previous guy sold for 1,000.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That just shows you the hobby doesn't care as products get older.
It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Amon Ra's infinitely better
Next up, we're going
receiver.
a little bigger on this one. QB.
Ooh, that's a good-looking slab.
Jalen Hurts. BGS 8.5.
They still great cards?
They still great cards. 2020 NTRPA 42 out of 99. BGS 8.510. Sold July 19th.
Oh, summer.
Preseason. Summer. Still birds. Not good vibes around the birds going into the season. 41 bids
That's the hint right there.
on this.
That's the hint.
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
hold
just
up.
it's
Let
just,
me-
a, just an
Not good
observation,
vibes.
really.
Let me think about
really
this.
just
Let
an
me- give me-
observation.
Give me 10 seconds.
Need some time out.
I mean, it's the Eagles in the Commanders division now, right?
Look, Eagles are 2-1.
And they were one Saquon Barkley drop from
Clip.
being
Did you
3-0.
guys see that clip going around? It's like an Eagles fan. I mean, classic Philly, like, they can't stop the birds. They can't stop us. And then this kid, like, this is like a grown man, and then they cut to this kid who's a Saints fan. He's like, I hate this guy. I hate him. It's like, you just can't. You're just not us. You're just not us. It's pretty funny.
God, gotta love Philly fans. Dude. They're the best. They're the best.
Oh, great stuff.
Who? There was somebody. Oh, it was the Eli Manning cast, where he was saying that because they play Philly every
Oh,
year.
yeah.
He's like, my wife went to the first time. She never went again.
Yeah, it's a
She's
noticing
never
a
went to any other
trend
Philly
of a
game.
lot of players' wives are like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
he
need
Well,
was swatched
especially if
from
you're
home.
the wife of a Giants player. I mean,
Oh,
like, come
gosh.
on,
Then
man.
Giants quarterback. That.
Yeah.
that.
Yes, exactly.
Like I can only imagine. Like they already don't like anybody that the team plays against. Imagine
Right.
like you're a Giants fan and you actually go into the Philly to watch them play.
Oh
Come on,
God.
dude.
Yeah.
All right. Chance for a clean sweep here for Dan.
This is a tricky one.
This is not an easy one.
I put $11,250.
If he wins, I'm gonna fall in my chair.
11,250.
Wow, that seems like a lot.
C-Rad.
No, it does.
4,400.
4,200.
Wow. Watch, Dan is gonna beat both of us again.
Let me do a little quick math
Means
here.
me or you won.
No, dude, he's trying to see the difference between the 11K that Dan said and the 4,400 that I said.
And then let's see.
Carry the 2.
Yep, carry the
It's
two.
probably like six or seven, I'm guessing. It's gotta be something like that.
Yeah, I have a feeling I didn't come close to the
Oh,
dub
wait a
here.
minute. Wait a minute now.
Oh, it's that close, huh?
It's that close. I needed to look again because it was like, I just thought, oh, yeah, I'll know.
So it's probably 7,000 then.
Yeah.
Something.
It's in the, it's, if you want to know, if somebody can do the quick math off the top of their head, wow. Okay. I think by about $100.
Damn it!
It's a clean sweep.
Oh no!
Actual price, unless you want to do the math real quick, $7,866.
Thanks for playing, guys. You guys suck.
And 1 cent for good measure. And 1 cent.
Do the math. Do the
I don't
math.
Yeah,
never-
do
I
the
don't
math
never
real
win.
quick. Check
You
my
said
math on
7,000
that.
what?
$7,866 and 1 cent.
Dude.
So my difference is
7,866.
34.66.
Yeah, and Dan's is about 3,300. So yeah, it's about $100.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so.
Kidding me?
That's crazy.
All right, we'll
That
see you guys
close.
later.
I know.
Man.
Well, we didn't even get to the Danny Dimes. We got a Danny Dimes here.
Oh, you want me to do that one too?
I mean, yeah, let's just see.
I mean, I'll do that
if you
one,
want to
too.
do a full 5,
I mean,
Let's just
I'll-
see if we can
five.
redeem
Look, I'm here to win.
ourselves.
I'm here to win.
see
Might
if we
as
can
well.
redeem
Danny
ourselves.
Dimes, that's a 2019 NTRPA, 82 out of 99. PSA 9 sold on September 14th. 20 bids.
Oh, that was after,
September
And
14th.
that was after they lost.
I
already.
have the best card in this product, and I actually got to say that I hate this design. It's
And that-
probably the worst one.
Is it 8? What's
the
the
horizontal
what's
Yep.
the grade on
I
it?
just-
82
don't know
of
what it-
99.
it's- don't
82
like
and 99, but what's the grade?
It's a PSA 9.
So I have the Bosa Shield out of here, but
PSA
I just don't
9.
like the design.
The horizontal,
I
yeah.
just don't like it.
It's not a great design.
Let's go.
Not a great design on this one. So Dan's up.
Dan for
3-0.
Dan Dimes.
Can he go 5-0?
Can't get
Okay.
your name wrong.
All right, Dan.
$750.
$750.
$2,800.
Wow.
It's 1,700.
This dude sucks.
We might have 4-0. We might really have 5-0. Actual price $565.
Wow, guys.
Hands on it right now.
PSA real quick. I do not want to buy a Danny Dimes RPA for 1,700.
All right.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, let's see. We're gonna end with a
It's
bang.
an RVA quarterback, for goodness
Oh,
sake.
there's another
but
one.
It's Danny Dimes. Who cares?
Oh, dude, I'm running out of.
Last one. It's a big boy. Josh Allen,
be the fir-
2018.
This would be the first ever 5-0.
This
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
the
I'm
first
getting this
ever
one.
clean sweep if
Be the
if
first
Dan
ever
can do it.
5-0. No one's ever
I
done
own
it.
this card and I sold it.
This
So.
a
could
damn
be
clean card
a
right there.
first
No, I'm
in
kidding.
Guess That Price history. A full clean sweep. 2018 NTRPA 45 out of 99 BGS 9.5. They sold on Fanatics Premier Auction.
Yeah, dude.
On August
this is the
22nd.
crazy thing. We talk about designs earlier, and we talk about designs now too. 2018 specifically had one of the best designs
It
ever.
did.
Good-looking
It did.
card.
Because
real
the
good-looking
Luka was
card.
that design too,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Yep.
A good looking card for a good year. We said it. 2018 might
I'm
go
not,
down
losing,
as
I'm not losing this one.
the
by
most
the way.
legendary year in hobby history.
I mean, if Jalen Hurts sold for.
All right, I'm
Oh,
ready.
wait a second. No, I'm going to change that. Jalen Hurts is-
78.66 was
I'm
Jalen
I'm
Hurts.
taking this down.
Again, this sold Fanatics Premier Auctions August 22nd, right before the season started.
All right.
All right. 5-0. Can it happen?
It's a good looking slab. 12,500.
12K.
You know what's funny is I had 12,800 crossed out. 9,800.
$17,000.
Actual price. It will not be a clean sweep. CRad got this one right. $28,500.
So even the number I
far too
crossed out
much.
would have been right because I initially put 227.
That
And then went to
I mean,
217.
I get it. You look at that slab. You look at that
BGS
plaque
95.
on it. I mean, that is a good looking slab. Good looking plaque.
I know my
get
boy
it.
Josh. I didn't sit down with him that year, but I
That
almost
is
did.
We were all still about 10K off. But
That
yes,
is-
we know. We
that
know
is
this guy.
that is too much. That's too much.
That wasn't
was a
even.
Fanatics
And you know
premiere.
what's the crazy part? That wasn't even the highest selling one. I think that
Josh
I found.
Allen's mom won that.
There was one I think
mean,
that was-
after that victory on Monday. Now I think it's an accurate price. I think it's an accurate price.
Nice patch.
No,
nice
they-
patch.
the thing is, very similar to Minnesota. The Bills have kind of faltered as the season goes on. Every year since Josh
they
Allen's
do.
been there.
They
Yeah.
do that, but at the same time, they also. I mean, I think I saw something that since
And I honestly don't think that their team is as good as they had previous years.
I agree
mean,
with that.
You lose Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis.
This is one of those years that
You
is
lose
going
Zach
to
Moss.
show us how good Josh Allen is.
Who's his main receiver?
And so far
That's
he's
the
been
thing.
and so far he's been showing how good he
Yes.
is.
I think the Chiefs. Did the Chiefs have the punt god?
Yes, Matt Ariza.
I believe they do.
They do. No one talks about that.
They do.
anymore.
Yeah, an RPA. Oh, well, that's a number to 10, so that doesn't count. But anyway, yeah. March of this year, PSA 10, number to 99, Josh Allen sold for $39,000. So people like Josh Allen,
And Lamar is like a fraction, like half of that. Usually.
and he's got 2 MVPs under his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then players don't like Josh Allen, but the fans like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Bills fans, man.
Bills
They'll
they'll
run through a table for you,
Bills fans
you know.
like him. Yeah.
I had a feeling that might have been, his mom
I
going
like-
against
I
him
like
on
Josh
that
Allen.
auction.
Why don't players like him? They don't like it. Like they think he's.
They think he was the most overrated quarterback in the league, voted by the
Oh,
players.
gotcha.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
Is that
He's a gunslinger.
That's
what it is.
That's anonymous, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's all. It's like Stephon Diggs.
He stuffed the ballot.
And
Bengals.
Stephon Diggs' brother.
Voted by Miami Dolphin fans and
Yeah,
New York Jets
exactly.
fans.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. I mean, so we got some. What's the biggest NFL game this weekend? What's the
Big
schedule
matchup this
looking?
weekend would be, let's see, biggest matchup of the weekend.
I'm assuming tomorrow night's not a good game, right?
Dallas, New
Dallas
York.
and the Giants.
That's
I mean,
that's
they'll be.
that's a snoozer.
Amazon's happy about that for ratings. I'm sure they love that. Yeah, you got Eagles and Bucks. Who cares?
Giants does not get the does not
Chiefs,
move
Chargers.
Chiefs, Chargers, Baltimore and Buffalo.
Baltimore,
should be a
Buffalo.
really good one.
Baltimore, Buffalo.
That
That's
should be
Sunday
a
night
really
game.
good one. Yeah.
Monday night game,
And
Tennessee,
another-
Miami. Ugh.
Actually, Lions and Seahawks. Why do we have another doubleheader on Monday night? What do we
do.
Two weeks of Monday night doubleheaders.
We need to get a game on Tuesday.
Actually, that's probably the best game of the week. Seattle against Detroit.
Seattle, Detroit, and Buffalo, Baltimore. Those are probably your two marquee matches.
And the Raiders are playing Cleveland. Maybe that's the get-right game?
That's the one I'm looking forward to the
That's the
most.
get-right game?
There you go.
Browns, Raiders.
And then who are the Rams playing?
The
I am
Bears.
scared of that defense, though.
That should be a dub for you guys, hopefully. It's
I mean,
Chicago,
that gets us to 500. Our beaten up team.
Yeah.
though. Hopefully not. You don't win. And
No,
Commanders
you know
are
what?
playing
Vikings and Packers is going to be a good game, man.
Oh, I mean now Niners losing against the Patriots at home. Monday will be fun.
Oh, yeah, Green Bay, Minnesota. That's going to be
Monday on Twitter, just going through Niners
Dark
Twitter,
times.
just woo.
Oh, I was going to
Dark
say,
time.
yeah, it's going to be very dark times, yes. Yes. May have to take that day off. But it's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter. Minnesota, Green Bay. Yeah, I mean, also, we haven't really talked about Malik Willis. Is it time to
No.
no?
No.
Have you watched him play, though?
He's been.
I think,
he's been
but I
fine.
think Jordan. I think Jordan
He's
Love will
been
be.
pretty electric.
Jordan Love almost
Maybe
played
I'll,
last week.
yeah, maybe
Jordan
I
Love,
haven't
I
seen
think,
enough.
will be back this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter in the long term, but like these last two games, specifically this last weekend's game, Malik Willis really proved he can ball. I mean, he had
I need
extra
to take a
motivation.
deeper look.
He had an extra motivation against
Best
the Tennessee
quarterback in
Titans.
2022.
He might be. He might be.
And
Watch out,
Oh,
Purdy.
brother.
Can the Charger can Harbaugh take go into his house in SoFi and beat the Chiefs?
Grind the meat. That's what he likes to say.
Can
right?
we get Pat Mahomes on 3-1 now? So we stop talking.
Ain't no way that the Chiefs is losing to the Chargers though.
No, they're not.
That's a hard game for you to
They're
pick.
unfortunately not going to. And
You want a
I don't
tie?
know what Herbert's status is, but if he's out, then yeah, they're definitely not winning.
Easton.
They're definitely not winning.
And they lost last week, right?
They lost last week. Comeback victory to the Steelers.
That's
The sad
right.
part is like if you're watching the Chiefs games too, like the sad part is like they're not even really trying.
Nope. They're
They're
coasting.
kind of just going through the motions.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what they remind me of?
Kelsey's been non-existent.
They remind me of like when the Warriors were in their like the middle of the championship run, like the third
with
time
KD.
around, and they were like, it's like November 12th. Do we really? It's November 12th.
Yet-
we're in
yet-
Indiana.
Yet
Who
the-
cares?
Yet the fight in November was the one that broke the team up
That's true. That's fair.
with
That's fair.
with Dre and Katie yelling
Yeah.
at each
But
other.
that's the vibe. It's like January 12th. It's we're in Charlotte. Who cares, man? Like just go out and give, we'll see what happens.
Well, that's it for today's show, guys. Make sure you check out Mojobreak.com for your upcoming 5-star breaks. We are pre-selling the Mercury Victor Wembanyama,
Yep.
which is flying off the shelf. So get ready for that as that comes out early next month. And we've got plenty of other new releases coming out. Phoenix basketball we're going to be breaking. We're still breaking Bowman Chrome. And join us on Fanatics Live. Make sure you guys use that code if you're getting into any baseball break on Mojobreak.com. Grand Slam 13 for 13% off any baseball break. And we'll see you guys next week on The Hype. Peace.
Peace.